What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know, including Jamie Noble testing positive for COVID. COVID seems to be out of control in WWE, why certain WWE superstars have heat on them, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Let's hit the intro and get straight into the news. Now, our first story looks at COVID chaos in the WWE. First, there are some staggering numbers. Now, although it was originally reported that over about 24 superstars and talent have been tested positive for COVID, according to Sportskeeda's Tom Colohue, I've been told that number of people confirmed with coronavirus in WWE has passed 30 people. A number of early negatives are now positive. Things have changed drastically in the last week. According to Ringside News' Felix Upton, the WWE had to test and retest a number of NXT superstars. There were multiple NXT wrestlers who needed to be retested after being exposed to somebody positive, but they tested negative. You may recall that the wrestlers from NXT and the Performance Center were hastily called on the 25th June for the drive-through testing with roughly 90 minutes notice. Imagine performers' frustration when they learned they had to retake the test. A part of the problem is that the test is not instantly accurate. According to the Wrestling Observer, regarding the swab COVID-19 tests, a study published on the 13th May that looked like a number of different studies came up with these numbers. If someone has just contracted COVID-19, it will never show up on the first day of being contagious. Even by day 4, it's only 33% that the test will come up positive. Once symptoms start, usually around day 5, it's 62% that someone with the disease will fail the test. By day 8 and 9, it's 80%. On day 21, it's back down to 34%, although this is past the point of being contagious. A study by the American College of Cardiology suggests the chances of false negatives, i.e. results stating a person is not infected when they actually are, makes diagnosis after exposure to an infected person very difficult. Thus, it's easy to see how wrestlers might get exposed and infected, then undergo a test that inaccurately reports they are infection-free. As we reported on yesterday, Jon Moxley felt the same, as even though he's been tested for the virus, he did indeed say that it takes time for it to become positive. A new name who has tested positive has been revealed, that being WWE Backstage producer and former one-half of J&J Security, Jamie Noble. Ringside News is reporting that Noble posted on his Instagram account that he tested positive for the virus. Noble wrote, "Not how we expected this month to go. COVID-19 has hit home. Prayers for me and my family will be greatly appreciated. Now we wish Jamie a speedy recovery." While there's no word on the exact number of people who have tested positive, it appears it's affected SmackDown dramatically. If WWE.com is any indication, the Blue Brand's lineup of Drew Gulak taking on AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship and Sheamus offering a toast to Jeff Hardy have been scrapped. Currently, the only segment listed is the special tribute to The Undertaker, which will include a re-airing of WrestleMania 36's Boneyard match. Whether or not these changes are due to wrestlers who are infected is unknown, but the WWE's decision to focus the show on a tribute to The Undertaker suggests they had to make some radical last-minute changes. But next up, Rome burns while Vince fiddles. While the story of Roman Emperor Nero fiddling while Rome burned is likely a myth, for one thing, the fiddle hadn't even been invented yet, but it's become a great way to illustrate a leader being ineffective during a major crisis. Here, Vince McMahon and WWE leaders continue to show incredible indifference to what's going on in the WWE and what they perceive are deluding themselves into believing. Consider these comments from WWE Executive Vice President John Brody during an interview with Sports Hiatus. "First and foremost, the health and safety of our superstars like Charlotte and legends like Ric Flair is paramount. It comes down to the leadership in many ways. Our leader believes we have a social responsibility to put fans first and to help them get a break from what was then coming and what we're in the midst of." The comments are laughable, as the WWE's behavior strongly suggests their chief concern is the almighty dollar. Whether it's poor safeguards for its wrestlers operating when nearly every other entertainment medium is shutting down, and no, we haven't forgotten about AEW, or dumping employees and wrestlers to make it appear they're being financially prudent to their investors, it's clear the wrestlers and WWE fans are little concerned for the WWE. That didn't stop Brody from quoting the gospel according to Vince McMahon. We leaned in to say we're going to put the fans first and do everything we can, working with state, local and federal officials to make sure it's safe for our most important resource, the WWE superstars. We're going to do whatever we can to deliver content for our partners, television networks, and our fans. And Brody is true when he says the WWE is going to do whatever it can to deliver content, regardless of the health and welfare of its wrestlers and employees. However, it seems that the WWE is not truly 100% at fault, as there seems to be backstage heat on partying WWE superstars. While the WWE has been implementing some half-baked precautions for its crew, it appears some WWE superstars are getting backstage heat for their passion for partying. PW Insider reports, one conversation among WWE wrestlers over the last few days is disbelief towards those in the locker room who have been out socially at bars and gatherings and posting on social media in the wake of everything that has gone on since the company began informing them of COVID-19 positives. Again, we'd like to reiterate, whatever a WWE superstar does is up to them. But when you've had multiple COVID-19 positives, is it really the best thing to do? Especially when vulnerable superstars like Ric Flair are present at tapings. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.